Well, at first I was thinking it's a joke, but now after observing very keenly and of course getting information from different individuals, I think it's a serious case now. We should stop using this mobile banking and as well this Mpesa app because people are complaining that they are losing their money and such cases are becoming very rampant. Why? Because you find some people are saying, hey, I just went to sleep and when I woke up, there was some transaction that I did not authorize. But anyway, how about what's going on? What should we do? Anyway, stick around. This is what I'm going to share with you the entire of this video. So all what you need to do is to watch this video to the end because I always talk about money, how to make money and all those kind of things. If I don't tell you where we can be able likely to lose our money, then I would be doing you fair. All right? Stick around. And by the way, I usually post a video each and every day about investing, how to make money, how to safeguard your money. If you don't want to miss any of my future videos, do this. It does not cost you anything. It is free. Down below there on your right, there is a button written subscribe. It is in black. Hit that magical button, turn that notification bell and like this video. By only doing that, a whole YouTube will notify you when I upload a new good video. So let's get into this serious case because actually this is a serious case. All right. So anyway, the point is that I've just made some points for you to refer in case if you would like to watch this video more and more time. So the point is this now. People are complaining there is something funny and fishy happening with their mobile apps as far as the banking as well as the Mpesa app. Well, I understand it's convenience, it's easier for you to transact and all those kind of guys, bear with me because of the cold there. So people are saying it's convenience to them, but anyway, I've been listening and I've been hearing these cases for quite a long time, and I was like, maybe I think it's just Kenyans being skeptical and such kind of a thing, until now recently I came across such individuals who are actually saying, hey, you know what, Joseph, sometimes I could just open up my app and realize that my M-Pesa is behaving like they has gone up to the transaction and I've not authorized anything to do with that. Others are saying, hey, I went to sleep and I woke up early in the morning and I realized there was some transaction. Money was withdrawn within a certain agent. I did not authorize that transaction. And I'm wondering what exactly is going on because this is kind of fishy and something of sort. Now I said, I think it's time to find it out whether it is true and it is happening. Personally, I don't use mobile app. Personally, I don't use the Mpesa app and all those kind of things because I've been a little bit skeptical about this mobile banking and all those kind of things. So the point is this. Well, am I saying like we should overly do away with them and forget about them? No, that is the disclaimer. All right. The point I'm not saying that we should not do away with them. The point I'm saying is this. I think we should withdraw from them for now until the Safaricom's or the relevant bodies try to find out what is going on. I understand there were some cases of people saying like Kenya is being hacked by some anonymous group called Sudan, or I don't know. I cannot authenticate that information anyway. And I'm not claiming to do so. But the point is this. People are saying like some things or something fishy is happening to them. Now, let me see. I've tried to find out some might be the reason as to why this is happening. And one of the reasons is that there are some cases of Kenya waking up and then they realize that some transaction has happened in their phone. Now, those transactions they have not authorized. Or sometimes you can just go to the just a normal M-Pesa and then you realize something was like happening. You didn't even go there and something is showing up. And because it's not happening to you, does not mean it's not out there. So the point is this, it should be very keen and careful. And what I would advise you to do is that just hold still. Just hold still. Yeah, I understand some people tried to escalate these issues to the relevant bodies, and personally, I've not had any official response to, any official response from that or those relevant bodies that are involved in these cases. I would like to believe, and I choose to believe that they're doing something about it. But in between them actually doing something about it and them being in that process, we should be very careful because actually this is our money that we've actually hard sold for a very, very hard, in a very hard way, and of course a very long time. So we should be very careful. The other thing, people are prospecting that anonymous group, just like I've said about the Sudan, and they're saying like it might be one of those groups or it might be one of those reasons why that thing is behaving actually. But again, I wonder, even way before this Sudan anonymous group came, there were such cases, people saying, hey, there were even some cases, people saying that they have lost money in their banks. Like they showed up and there is no money in their banks. And these are very big banks. I won't name the names, but they are saying they have gone to those banks and they have lost their money. So it's kind of weird. Like, see, it's not safe to keep our money on our M-Pesa. It's not even safe to keep our money on our banks. Now we were wondering, now where should we keep? Should we keep our money under the mattresses or what exactly should we be doing? And what exactly is going on? Like, is there somebody responsible? How is the state of our cybercrime in our country? Because it's so much cases. Some other cases are actually issues to do with people losing their YouTube channel. I remember there was a certain big musician in Kenya, local gospel musician, and she was saying she lost her her YouTube channel, but anyway, she regained it back. The point is this: I do not know what the government of Kenya is doing as far as the cybercrime is concerned. But anyway, before we get into the government, let's deal with this issue at the individual level and get to see. Now, this video I did made it to actually explain to you that something fishy is happening on the mobile apps and as well the Mpesa. So let's be very careful. What would I suggest you to do in place of having the mobile apps and banking apps? I would suggest use the USSD code or use the SIM toolkit. What do I mean? Like use the SIM toolkit in whereby the normal Mpesa way, you go to the SIM toolkit, go to Mpesa and whatever, do all your transactions there. And I had even the more safer one is use of the USSD code, the *334#, and then you can be able to access all the Mpesa services there, Lipa na Mpesa, whatever, Pochi, and all those kind of things. By the way, a lot of people don't know you can actually access Mpesa using the *334#. That's the USSD. You can be able to access that. That's quite a bit stronger. The other thing I would advise you guys to do is that be very careful with what we call the SIM card swap. Yeah, I think we usually dial *100*. I think we should dial *100*100#. I think something of sort. And then you kinda your phone, kinda quote unquote lock your phone to a point whereby if you have to replace it, then you have to visit the main Safaricom house. Allow me to name the names here. The main Safaricom house, so that at least you can be able to replace that line. Because basically what people are doing is that they are actually going ahead and swapping your Safaricom app, or they're swapping your whichever the card, okay? And then after that, they do all the transactions and then they lock you up, they lock you out rather, and then you're to a point whereby you can't even access your phone in terms of you transacting. So even reporting that problem even becomes a big of a problem. So the point is that let's be wary and let's understand the cybercrime is on high rate. What we should do is try to make sure that you avoid this the SIM swap. Number two, try to limit the use of those apps, because some of these apps, they usually tell you to access some of the things. Some of the apps that we usually use, it's not quite safe, because they tell you allow the app to access your contacts, allow the app to access your camera, allow your app to access your microphone, and all those kind of things. And because we just want to do anything, we just say yes, 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 I accept all, and then in the process you realize some of your information has leaked out there. And what I will tell you is that be wary of these lending apps that we are usually getting to get our loans and what have you, because those apps actually, they're the ones that tell you allow it to access your microphone, allow you to access your contacts, allow you to access your email, allow you to access all your. Now it's like you're exposed out there. So if when you tend to default their loans, they tend to call people, anyhowly, sending them messages, putting them on the speed dials and all those kind of things. And it's actually becoming a very rampant case, and people are trying to bury their heads into the sand, but it's actually true out there. So before you actually say, yes, I allow, it should be very careful. And I always suggest people, when you're using this app, say while using the app. Don't say like forever or always. Just say while using the app. But when you're not using the app, that specific app cannot access you some of the information, because anyway we cannot, these things are going hand in hand, meaning like the technology is advancing. At the same time, we really need that advancement of the technology. So good, it makes our work easier, but at the same time it is becoming it's coming up with its own challenges and problems. So the point is this: we can't do away with the technology. I'm not saying like we do away with those apps and say like, hey, we'll never use those Mpesa app, we'll never use those banking apps, because that's where we are heading. The point is this: is to be wary, is to be aware that this cybercrime is real and it's happening out there, so you can carry hand in hand. Just have the technology and again understand and be cautious. The other thing I would advise you to really avoid it, because it's actually happening out there, is sending either clicking links. You may find like you have received a message on the Mpesa, you don't know the number, you've never chatted, you don't even know who is the individual, and then they say to get free bonus or Naivas or whatever, click this link. I mean, you've not participated in anything, you've not been in Naivas for the last 3 or 4 months, or you have never even been to Naivas, and then that there is a link there, and then they're telling you to access free. These issues of free things is what is putting Kenyans into problems. There you are, you click that link, and then the next minute you've exposed yourself out there, they've accessed some of the information. The other weird thing that I've realized and people are saying is that, they're saying that you receive a call from somebody and then you tell me it's a wrong number. They say, oh, it's a wrong number. They're kind of prolonging the conversation. Like, okay, you've told this individual it's a wrong number, but they are not ending up the call. They're just talking and talking and talking and talking. And then the moment you talk for over 1 minute, these guys, they're actually trying to tap on the information from your phone, and then they're just trying to gather some information from your end. So if you tell somebody this is a wrong number, that should be the end of the conversation. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who is you. And this is the end of the conversation. And then ting ting, you end the call, because you never know, they're just prolonging that conversation for them to acquire some of the information from your phone. So let's not be ignorant. Just understand those are the loopholes, or those are the areas that are actually making them to, or you to lose your money through these areas. I choose to believe these big and wonderful banks and companies that we have about the Mpesa, the banking, they really mean good for us. That's very true. And I would say, like, they should up their game in terms of the cybercrime and all those kind of things. I think it's another crime that is coming up that people should be very careful. Otherwise, if we continue like this, people are gonna complain a lot and people are gonna lose a lot of their money. So in a nutshell, or if in a conclusion, I would say this: be very careful in anything and in everything that you're doing out there. Otherwise, if you continue with the same procedure, then we're gonna lose our money in a very, very heavy way. I said stop clicking the links. If I may go ahead and recap exactly what I've said, stop clicking the links that you don't understand where they're heading you to. I would prefer you Google searching that specifically rather than clicking a link. Number two, when you receive some calls from anonymous, like a quote unquote wrong number, don't prolong the conversation. Number three, excuse me, try to use the USSD or use the SIM toolkit when you're doing your transaction from the Mpesa and what have you. And the other thing is that be very careful from these individuals who call themselves customer cares and what have you. If you have any issue, try to go into those specific relevant bodies and then inquire if you have any challenge with your phones or maybe anything to do with your transactions. Otherwise, if you continue like that, we're gonna get ourselves into problems. Anyway, guess what? Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I talk about money, investment, and anything related to exactly that. Comment down below, tell me what you think. Like this video, share it out, and if you're in a position to, make sure that you join and become a member of this specific channel. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.